Every civilization was built off the back of a disposable workforce. But I can only make so many. Happy birthday.
That's what we do here. We keep order. The world is built on a wall that separates kind. Tell either side there's no wall, you bought a war.
I did your job once. I was good at it.
I know.
What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions.
I always told you, you're special. Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.
What's up, Saliya?
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's nice, wonderful day here in my blurry room. So, yes, and it
What's
also
going on that you don't want to show us?
well, I have all my accolades and awards that I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's all there. Trust me. Don't ignore this clothes rack looking thing. That's what peasants do.
Where we can see that. That's
Let me
like
just move like this. There you go. But yeah, so essentially this week you had a chance to watch our movie this week, and I watched it the week before last, so which is good. So I guess let's just jump right into it, right?
Yes, Blade Runner.
Yes, Blade Runner, 2017's Blade Runner, which was directed by Denis Villeneuve, French-Canadian sounding director. It came out October 2017, made 260 million USD in box office on a budget that was between 150 to 185. So it did okay, but not fantastic, considering it's had a wonderful big cast, which had Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, Anna Delmarve, and Sylvia Hawkes, and of course Jared Leto. Everyone loves to hate that guy, but he's still there. Dave Bautista from Guardians of the Galaxy, and Robin Wright, who is from House of Cards. So with a big cast like that, you would imagine it would draw in a large audience, but sadly it didn't.
I love Robin Wright.
Yeah, she's pretty badass. That's true. So
and I love House of Cards.
And in House of Cards, yes. The movie is based around Kay, who's played by Ryan Gosling, who is essentially a police officer in Los Angeles, and he's been sent out to go find out the truth about something that happened with a replicant.
He was killing the replicants.
He's killing the replicant, but he had to he uncovered a secret that kind of led him down a rabbit hole, which led him to go find Harrison Ford's character. So for those that don't know, this is a sequel to the 1982 movie Blade Runner, which was done by Ridley Scott. And with movies like this, since it had a large gap, there's some cult followings that were still there to follow them into this movie. But again, because of that large gap, some people have not even heard of Blade Runner at all, or even know the greatness that is, what this masterpiece had originally stemmed from. So if you guys also had a chance to watch this movie, the cinematography was on another level, next level. So in fact, it did win best cinematography. It was done by Roger Deakins. So
visual effects and cinematography, it was cinematography was very excellent.
Yeah, so to me, the movie had a great story, and even though it's 2 hours and 43 minutes long movie.
Too long.
Too long. Almost rivals the Lord of the Rings
Okay,
movies.
it's too long. That was one of the, I mean, for me, the drawback of the movie was the length. It was like, I'm like, okay, it's not necessary. I mean, it's amazing. It's cool. Cinematography.
Yes.
The visual effects, everything is super cool.
Don't forget the film score, you know, composed by Hans Zimmer and Benjamin Wallish and Ron Bartlett. So all great composers. So the music was really good if you had a nice sound system.
The music, everything, and the story was interesting, but I had a feeling that it wasn't necessary to be too long, because I mean, you could have like made it shorter a little bit, because then at the end I was, and I don't know what was happening on the Netflix, like some minutes it was cut off. I don't know.
I was not privy to that, but to me it was a smooth movie. I didn't notice where things were cut off, but in regards to it being extra long, you know how filmmakers are. Some filmmakers are. They don't want to leave out anything on the cutting floor. They want
because that wasn't an average movie, so it was way different from like other movies. So if you are really into the cinema and you are a filmmaker, you're gonna be, wow, how did they do that?
Yeah.
So it was like a typical movie, you know.
So for me, it was a rich tapestry of character development that we had, and it took us on a roller coaster, especially with Kay, right, the main lead. And also we explored what it means to be human, which is what a lot of these Blade Runner movies are channeling. So what it means to have a soul, and you know, where humans lie in terms of hierarchy of, you know, the food chain kind of thing. So especially in this far dystopian future, that technologies move so far in advance that you have AIs that are able to broadcast their image, you know, from devices from people's pockets, and yeah, it was, to me, it's to me, the movie had depth. It definitely did. And if it was long, or for you it was long, for me it was, I kind of lost track of time. I was already deeply involved or deeply invested in that movie, but I didn't see too many faults with it. The only thing that I guess I should have confessed is that I don't recall Blade Runner, the first one. So it came out well before my time and a little bit before your time, not revealing our ages too much. But I wasn't part of that cult following, right? So I felt like, oh, maybe I'll miss some bits from this movie because it might do some callbacks to the original movie kind of thing. And to be quite honest, based on what I've read and what I've spoken to other people, you don't need to watch the first movie to understand the second movie, which, not upon reflection, that does hold true. So did you end up watching the first Blade Runner at all? No? Okay. So like I said, it was done by Ridley Scott, and it's still set in the same Los Angeles. And the premise, I guess, was one replica was Harrison Ford, who was essentially chasing other replicas. He fell in love with another replica, and then they kind of explored what it means to fall in love, and then also those replicas that were rebelling against being seen as lesser than. That's essentially the whole premise of the movie. So something I also realized about this movie is there was very briefness of some characters. So Jared Leto's character, if you remember, he was brought in as like this guy that's eccentric, you know,
evil.
Evil, exactly. His inclusion in the movie was very brief and not very impactful, to be quite honest, for my understanding, but maybe you felt different. Was there any other characters that you thought were interesting or unnecessary?
That it was interesting or it wasn't?
Either or.
Robin Wright, I really like her character. I enjoy when I see her, to be honest.
She played Lieutenant Jossie K's boss, right?
And I like the fact that she let him to be free. And she basically, I don't want to spoil it, but
yes, of course. Spoiler alert, but also at the same time, we're trying not to spoil it.
She sacrificed her life for him. I mean,
well, it's
that was my favorite scene.
Really, you and this like gruesome hate. Like the person that kills her is a strong, independent woman that just wants her way. So
yeah, no, I don't like the scene of the, I like the scene that when she basically tried to like let him go, and then she was defending him in front of the other one. So she lost her life because of that.
Yeah. Well, it's the person that ended up killing her was Liv, who is played by Saliya Hawks. I've only seen her in the Apple TV TV series C, and she's a very strong character. And from what others have said about this actress, she's takes on very determined female roles, as in like very stubborn and very high strung, and she knows how to play a good person that you hate to love. You you love to hate, rather, right? So so yeah, with her taking that role, and one presence, she brings a presence about her when she's on screen, kind of thing, a very sometimes a little daunting presence, but however, she's there to stay, or she's a power player on the screen. So so was there any sort of breakout scenes that you might think of that you really liked for like cinematography or film score, or something that you really jumps out to you that you want other people to watch out for when they watch this movie?
Cinematography scene that I really liked, or like the scene that I really liked?
So it's something that regarding the scenes, it's like scene setting. So there's always like a wide out shot, and they zoom in into this is the atmosphere. This is, so you get to understand the kind of environment Los Angeles is in. It's very, neon lights.
The one that maybe not what you're saying, but the one that the Jared Leto, there's another replicant that she falls from
the sleeve. The brand new replicant that's born. Yeah,
it's like when a pregnant woman, like her waters break, is broken. So it's like that was the same.
Yes, the birth.
Yes, touch her, and I mean, I think that scene was very touching.
Interesting. So you had the appreciation of life and what it meant for them replicas having to be born into the world, right? They're not made in sort of, they look like they were being born. So that's goes into the theme of the whole life. That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Touching. Yeah.
I think for me, there's this one line. There's something that really jumps out to me is there's this one line where they talk about memories, and they talk about implanted memories versus real memories. And
with the
memory curator, yes, the woman in the bubble.
The Arma that she said she asked him to like remove her memory because.
I think that particular scene was because she didn't want him to get caught, because everything that they talked about could incriminate him. But the scene that I'm referring to is the is the woman that that essentially helps creates memories and embeds them into replicas, kind of thing. So for the line that I'm referring to, it goes, you can tell the difference between a real memory and a fake memory, and the fake memories are the real memories are the ones that are inspired or connected to emotion, kind of thing. So which actually made me reflect on my own personal memories, say birthdays or scraped or incidences, and then I realized, I was feeling something at the time of those memories, and it's correct. And they also said memories are somewhat blurry, they're not always perfect, kind of thing. Is those imperfections that really make stand out as these are true memories, because perfect recall won't let you experience the same emotion as much, right? So it's like watching something on video, you don't feel an emotion, but if you try to remember and you think about it, you have a smile on your face or a frown or something like that. So I thought that was really cool. That made me reflect. So basically, out of 10, what would you have given this movie?
7.
A 7? Yeah. So again, because I'm a tough critic, I would say it's a movie that I will watch once, maybe again, once I watch Blade Runner, and just to see what I might have missed. So give it a 7. So salted popcorn average of 7, and for Rotten Tomatoes, they gave it an 88%, and then IMDb gave it an 8 out of 10. So we're pretty close. And yeah, so essentially this movie available on Netflix and of course Amazon Prime and wherever it might be in your streaming platforms. Give it a watch. You don't need to watch the first one to enjoy this one. And give us a like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what your favorite scenes are and what.
Especially if you're in cinematography, it would be nice to watch, because probably those people, they will like really enjoy it. If they're like
Absolutely.
a filmmaker, cinematographers, you definitely need to watch.
Absolutely. So give it a think and let us know. All right. So I guess that's it for this week's episode. We'll talk to y'all later. Don't forget to connect with us, and we'll see you in our comments.
Subscribe.
All right. Subscribe. All right. We'll see y'all later.
Okay. Bye.